Spiritual nugget number 23. You are a part of the healing of the world. Part 2. We talked about how healing occurs on a person-to-person level, and in this episode we're going to talk about how healing occurs on a grand level. First of all, I'd like to speak to the power of human ingenuity, that humans have created amazing things, many things that did not exist in the world before, never would have existed if we wouldn't have come along. Humans have taken over every single climate and area of the globe where no other animal is able to have habitat in every single place on the planet. Humans are amazingly adaptable, flexible, and able to survive in harsh conditions. But what we really haven't done in modern society is create any sort of harmony. And this can be seen on a lot of levels. It can be seen on an economic level, where there is large disparity in material wealth. It can be seen on the level of the environment, where we are putting out large amounts of pollutants that make people sick and have led to epidemic levels of cancers. And it can be seen in a more traditional sense of harmony, that there's really a lot of infighting and war happening. All of this on a planet that has absolutely no shortage of physical resources. There's enough food and enough water and enough land to have every human prosper. And what I see as the main spiritual principle that would remedy the lack of harmony in the world is simply cooperation. Not profound things like love, not compassion, not world peace, just cooperation. If we were to look across the animal kingdom, we would find that an animal's intelligence often has to do with their level of cooperation with each other. And humans have been able to take over the globe mostly because they can communicate in a very specific way, and they can arrange resources in a way that benefits a very large number of people, and that cooperates to organize technology in a way that would benefit the greater whole. And surprisingly, even as we've become more globalized, all the cultures of the world have mixed together, and we have all this wonderful Japanese food and just cultural items from all over the world to enjoy without even having to go to that country. We've also developed a more strong sense of separateness, and this idea that, I can pollute the ocean and just go off into my own little corner of the world and be completely separate. There is a cartoon that I love, which is a bunch of guys in a boat, and there is a hole in the boat. The boat's taking on water, and on one side the guys are trying to scoop out the water, and on the other side someone's saying, "That's not my problem, that's on their side of the boat." And in a very real sense, we've lost the concept that the entire world is one thing, and that what touches one person touches all people, really eventually comes back around. And many ancient religions and spiritual traditions remembered this. It was as if you removed one cup of water from the river, you needed to replace that cup of water because you would be losing some essential balance, that the world was so incredibly sensitive to changes that it needed to be restored at all times and protected. The world today has incredible ability to communicate, to create technology, and to innovate. And we're simply lacking that essential cooperation and harmony with other people that really just happens through a change of our hearts and a change of our essential beliefs about our separateness. And that's actually really good news because changing your mind doesn't take that much effort at all. Whereas creating huge technologies, that's a lot of work. Today, recognize deeply that you create a shift in the universe when you choose to be awakened rather than asleep. Be aware of your personal power and your ability to give attention to anything that you choose. Give your attention to love and connectedness rather than separateness and competition. If you are enjoying this podcast, I just want to remind you to leave us a review and subscribe to our feed. And you can also check us out on social media. We're on all the major platforms. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day.